Can't believe you missed a shot tonight.
Huh?
Can't believe you missed a shot tonight.
Oh, man.
I mean, you had 10 out of 11 and 8 dunks in the second half. Just what were they doing on the inside?
Really just making the right reads. In all honesty, it was a lot of guys that was coming over to help when guys were getting downhill. That's my job, get guys downhill, set screens, just make sure that whenever, eyes are on me, just be in the right spot at the right time to catch a lob or get a dump off pass. Pretty much it, though.
You had 7 dunks in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Do that or not?
No, I didn't. I think I lost count around like 4.
First career 25-5 game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yes, they told me after the game, but I didn't know during. But no, I mean, I'm blessed to be in this position to be able to just make those plays and just come out and just have a good game. So, doing pretty good.
What's kind of the vibe when it's dunk after dunk after dunk and you're seeing different guys highlight type of finishes?
I mean, it's just contagious. It brings energy into the building. You get the crowd into it. And at the end of the day, it just kind of like feeds into the offensive side. And then we get stops on the other end, too. So that just pretty much puts more fuel to the fire. So we just come out and we just kind of keep doing the same thing that we, do over and over again. And we just can't get bored with it. Having fun with the game. That's the main thing.
I asked Derrick this, but points in the paint. You guys really did a great job of that tonight. I feel like you set the tone for that.
Mm-hmm.
How can that impact you guys moving forward into the playoffs in such a 3-point heavy shooting league?
In all honesty, just kind of like keep doing what we're doing at the end of the day. There's just a lot of teams that really, I would say, focus on like paint points for sure. There's a lot of teams that focus on defense in the paint too. So it's just like we have to know our personnel and we just kind of have to really just stick to our game plan whenever we go against the teams that are bad at paint defense and going against the teams that are good at paint defense. So at the end of the day, we just have to, I would say, pay attention to details when it comes to just like those teams and the differences on just like what gets thrown at us defensively on a night-to-night basis.
I know you've only been here for over a month, but you and Dereck Lively, y'all have both came off the bench, y'all have both started. What does your relationship look like with D-Live on and off the court, and what has it been like working with him every day?
Oh, on and off the court, I mean, it's just like I got a little brother that's taller than me, in all honesty. His energy coming towards the game, his mentality, his maturity is like for sure, like the sky's the limit for him. And I see it on a day-to-day basis. He really just locked in with just like how he wants to progress in this league, and he just stays, positive at the end of the day. So, I kind of take notes from what he's doing for sure with a team that, he got drafted to. He's just taking it one day at a time, I see.
Okay, it was 18 total dunks. Mm-hmm. As a person that had most of them,
yeah.
How do you assess not only the court vision of your teammates, but the chemistry between you guys?
I mean, it's great because, the chemistry is more built off the court, I would say, and we've gotten to a point to where it's, more and more time that we've spent together and we've figured out just ways to get the things that we want on the floor on a night-to-night basis. So it's just that more of just like that repetition of us working together. And just like I said, I always piggyback off this, having fun with the game. And once we have fun with the game, it's just like it's contagious. It goes around the team. Everybody's happy. Everybody's positive. It may be some frustration here and there, but we get through that as a team for sure.
You don't play another game until Monday. How do you take advantage of all this off time?
Oh, man. For sure get rest, take care of the body, and then, just of course, we're going to, I would say, fix a lot of stuff that maybe we're kind of lacked in tonight, defensively, offensively, whatever, but for sure just getting rest, taking care of our body, taking care of our mental, and just getting ready for the next one, and not just getting too, I would say, comfortable with having days in between.
You're going to reach out to any of your Wizards teammates and thank them for the gift they gave you tonight?
Probably not, but for sure, I tip my hat to those guys because, they play hard at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure that was a rough game that they had to play tonight against Sacramento. So I tip my hat to them.
Daniel, this team is 9-1 with you in the starting lineup. How has your connection grown with guys like Luka and Kyrie since you arrived?
It's good because, just when my first maybe like week or two here, I just picked their brain and just kind of like figured out things that I need to do just whenever I'm sharing the floor with those guys at the end of the day, and just like all the other guys that are on the floor with them too, just where I need to be, my position, how I'm setting screens, what are the tendencies of both of them. Like, Luka, he likes screens being set. Kai likes to play off the ball a lot. So it's just, knowing those things really helped me be able to kind of figure out ways to just kind of like elevate our offense on the floor when I'm sharing the floor with them.
Daniel, you touched on D-Lab kind of being your little brother a little bit. Off the top of your head, do you remember anything that he's came for you for advice or asked for tips on?
Oh, like literally the first thing he told me was just like the stuff with Luka. In all honesty, he was just like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of late passes. It's gonna be a lot of lobs. Just make sure you set the screen and roll." And that was pretty much it. I was like, "Yeah, I pretty much know everything that you said because I played against him most of the time, and I was in the position to where it's like I got to be in a position to make sure he doesn't come off, go crazy on the screens, and then throw lobs behind me too." So he told me some stuff that I already knew, but at the end of the day, I took it. And I was like, that's great because a guy his age, knowing just to be able to come out and just kind of, give tips to guys that are new to the team, something that shows a lot of maturity in a young guy like him.
As mentioned, you had most of the dunks tonight, but Kyrie Irving had a pretty nice dunk himself. Can you kind of give a reaction to that?
I didn't think he had it in him. In all honesty, he was a high log. I was like, oh snap, I thought he was gonna give a two hand. He gave us a one hand. It was dope though because just seeing how it just played out, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get something crazy out of these two, and they gave us something crazy for sure.
That close to the rim.
Yeah, I think just the penetration of just talking about, the ball touching the paint, something that we've been, talking from, training camp. And I thought guys were able to find, each other, being very unselfish tonight. And the bigs took advantage of that, including our stretch four, Kai, with the lob. So just understanding that, again, making the extra pass tonight, I thought it was Timmy turned down a three to get, someone else, Maxey, a corner three. He turns that down and drives it and tries to find a guy, a teammate. So a lot of great things tonight that we can build on. Our defense, again, was really good.
Jason, you guys going back to the summer really made a priority to add athleticism around Luka and Kyrie, obviously again at the trade deadline. How do you think the athleticism is changed? I don't know if personality of the team's the right way to put it, but just kind of changes team's dynamic.
Yeah, I think when you look at just the past teams, we weren't super athletic. We weren't going to win the dunk contest in the warm-up line. So I think now we can compete in the layup line. We can also do trick shots in the layup line. We don't have to use our hands. We can use our feet. But when you look at Gafford and D-Live, even Omax, we got, athletic, quick in the summer. And then within the trade deadline, we added Gaff and PJ and got even better. And then understanding the character of the guys are great. That locker room is incredible. They all cheer for one another. You can see that at the end of the game when Hardy had the ball, he got it to AJ. He's cheering for him to score. And that's the chemistry and the trust and building a team, as the season goes on. So we're athletic, yes, but also we're a team that enjoys playing with one another.
Coach, it's funny, we talked about, point guards earlier. Then Gafford goes out and kind of steals the show in the paint. Just kind of assess his performance tonight.
Yeah, it was like one of those Wilt nights, 10 for 11. I'm trying to figure out which shot he missed. I don't know which one they credit him for a miss. That's tough at home. But I think, again, that's what he brings. The quarterbacks love finding him. He has great hands. His ability to finish in traffic is something that we haven't had. And so, again, I think he's back on that streak again in finishing, but just dominating the paint on both ends. I thought we did a really good job of rebounding the ball, not giving them second or third opportunities tonight.
You talked about Tim, passing up a three to pass to his teammate. How much was emphasis of that to get that higher percentage shot?
Yeah, we're always trying to get the best shot. And when you look at Timmy could have easily shot that and no one would have said anything because we all trust Timmy when he has the ball. And getting the look that Timmy had, he was wide open. He turned it down. And I just think that as we go forward here, when games become even more important and possessions become better, looked upon, we got to be able to pass up one to get a better one. And I thought you saw that tonight, but you've seen that here in the last couple of weeks. Guys are being very unselfish, and it's really fun to watch and be a part of.
How reminiscent of it is it of like when you played like with Vince Carter or somebody else who could get to the rim?
Yeah, when you have talent, it's it's always easy to say that you're supposed to win, but you have to put the talent together, and it has to trust one another. And you can see that in a season. Sometimes we want it to happen overnight, but as it's March and we're playing on both sides of the ball, we're not shooting the three as well as we would like, but we're still getting wide open looks. Guys are still taking them. But it's just, I guess that, everybody's trust, the chemistry we built, now it's about being tested, and we got a great road, trip ahead to be tested, and we'll see how we respond. But a lot of good things again tonight. Hardy, I thought, played incredible for us off the bench. And yes, he should get more minutes, but there's only 48 minutes, and there's a couple guys in front. So I would like the public to be patient. His teammates all know that he can play, and again, I think he's been great in the time that he's playing. And you never know with injuries; you got to be ready. He's been ready. So, but again, the team is playing at a high level before we go out on this road trip.
Describe that play when Luka dove at midcourt and threw the ball over his shoulder, and Kyrie got it and lobbed it up for a dunk.
Yeah, the Luka, I think, is showing how important each possession is defensively. He's getting steals. He had 4 steals. To be able to get on the floor this time of the year, it just shows how much he cares. Again, your leaders have to demonstrate by doing the little things, and for him to get on the floor, and then to be able to come up and, he's strong enough to throw the over-the-shoulder pass to Kai, and then Kai throws a lob. Again, just the unselfishness. As Tim brought up, being athletic, we can do different things now. We just don't have to shoot layups or get tricky with the layup. We can now dunk.
Coach Kidd, it looked like PJ kind of got banged up at the end of the game. Do you have an update on what happened there?
Yeah, I think he stepped on someone's foot, but there's no update. We'll have an update for you guys tomorrow. Thanks.
Derrick, the dunks were obviously going pretty crazy tonight. What role do you think just dominating in the paint can play heading into the playoffs moving forward?
A big role. As much as we get in the paint and we finish in the paint, they got to leave the 3 open a little bit, and they got to sink in, and that's when the shooters knock it down.
What grade would you give Kyrie on the lob?
Grade?
Yeah.
Like you talking about like 1 through 10?
Dunk contest judge.
What? I give him a 50. I give him a 50 for sure.
Describe that play, Dereck, when Luka dove at midcourt and threw it over his shoulder to Kyrie, and then Kyrie lobbed it up to you and you dunked it.
It's a great hustle play by Luka, getting on the floor, putting his body on the line and get the ball, get another play for us. And I told Kai in the beginning of the season, whenever he's on a fast break, I'm trailing him all the time. And either you go lay the ball up and you make your layup, or if you miss, I'm right there to follow you up. Or you throw the ball up in the air and I go get it. So, we already got that connection going on. So, it's all good.
Derrick, the month of March has been one of your better shooting months, but also you've been getting to the rack a bunch more. How much does you attacking closeouts and getting to the rim add to your offensive game?
A lot. If they're going to run at me and let me just draw the ball, then I'm not going to turn it down. Get to the line and make my layups, make my free throws. But they don't close out, and I'm going to shoot the ball. Like I've been saying all season, it's a simple game, and I'm going to just keep it simple for me.
18 dunks is like a decades-long record. How did it feel having the chemistry clip on cylinders like that?
Good. We just got to keep it going like that. For how many ever games we got left, we just got to keep it going and finish out strong. We all know what we fighting for, so you got to keep going for it.
You guys moved into 6th place tonight, right?
You said what?
In the 6th place in the Western Conference.
We got to keep it and try to get down to 5, try to get down to 4. That's my mindset. My mindset is always trying to get, one up, get better every day, and that's just what we're trying to do.